Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'll tell you 5 types of men that come to the Philippines. Number 1, the retiree. Typically, these tend to be older gentlemen that come to the Philippines to get the most out of their retirement. Many times, these men have come to the Philippines at some point in the past, really fell in love with the place. I want to come back, settle down, and really just live the golden years to the best of their ability and to the best that the Philippines has to offer. Typically, they like to stay around the beaches, some islands, some smaller places, a bit more calmed down. They want to enjoy the water, of course, and live a very simple life and just kind of, enjoy that relaxation, the island time. A lot of times also these men have some kind of connection to the Philippines through the military or perhaps a previous relationship they've had. Not necessarily, they're not really looking for anything else except for themselves. So they want to just enjoy everyday life. Perhaps they'd like to take part in the church, the community, and just have their own little lifestyle that's there without any of the outside influence. A lot of times these are Western men that come from the US, Canada, UK, Australia, just trying to get away from the stuff that they no longer agree with, whether it's politics, cost of living, whatever the reason might be. They just find the Philippines an excellent choice of retirement. That's the first type of man that you might find in the Philippines. Before going on to number 2, if you're enjoying these videos, take a quick second. We just crossed 600 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, let YouTube know you're enjoying these videos. Oh, and stick around to the end of this video. I'm going to share some stats with you guys you might find interesting about the channel. Number 2, these are the type of people that want to stretch their dollar. And a lot of times this could be any age. Usually it does not matter whether older or younger. The age is really not the thing. It's about trying to make the most out of their budget. Many times this can be people that are digital nomads that work online for themselves, or perhaps they're on some kind of pension or some kind of disability. They have some sort of stable income coming in every month, but it's just not enough in the home country. But they know because of the power of the dollar, it goes a lot further in the Philippines, especially if you live a little bit outside the city centers, and they just come here to get the most out of that certain amount of money they have. So cost of living tends to be their priority when in the Philippines, especially because right now the US dollar is creeping up to 58 pesos per USD, and that saves you a lot of money when you're renting long term. When it comes to food, transportation, groceries, even things like services in the Philippines, if you have a budget, you can really stretch it if you're staying there longer. And typically these type of people just want to get the most from that dollar, especially when it comes to like major costs, especially rent. For me personally, I think I might fall into that category. I don't know. I would love to hear by the end of this which kind of category falls or you fall under. These group of men don't tend to be the typical flash the money here and there, or the people that go to the tourist spots that often. Sure, they may take a weekend trip to a nearby island, and they usually settle down with maybe a local Filipina, and they are in it for the long term, but not necessarily retiring. They're just trying to get the most out of the current amount of dollars they got coming in per month. As we know, inflation is going on everywhere in the world. The Philippines is one of those places, but I still think that your Canadian dollars, your American dollars, or whatever foreign currency should go a lot further in the Philippines. That is type number 2. Let's move on to a third type of man that comes to the Philippines. Now, I say man because let's face it, over 90%, probably even higher percentage of foreigners in the Philippines tend to be males. Even from the interviews I've done, I probably get at least 20 males to 1 female, perhaps, like that. Anyways, number 3 is the passport bro. The passport bro movement is something that I feel like has been going on for a long time. It just probably changes names from time to time. Right now it's known as the passport bro. This is the type of man that is here for relationships. They're fed up with dating scene in their own country. Perhaps they cannot meet women for whatever reason. Maybe the women have very high standards. They want 6-figure salary. They want a 6-feet guy. They want a 6 this, 6 that. And they don't want to deal with that. They don't want that non-traditional girlfriend or wife or whatever. So they come to the Philippines and they really look for a genuine connection. A lot of times the age is usually a bit younger, probably in their early 30s, late 20s even, maybe going into the 40s. But they're specifically looking for a relationship. They want to settle down. They don't want to settle down with someone that wants to be the man in the relationship. They want that traditional value a little bit, that the traditional relationship dynamic, because in the Philippines, they're still a Catholic country. They do value religion and I don't know what the term is, but I just feel like the women are more feminine. They understand their role in the relationship. And yeah, so a lot of men want that. They prefer that. They don't want every relationship to be a battle between their partner. So the Philippines is an excellent place that they come here to go ahead and look for that woman they want to be with. Now, typically, this is someone that wants a relationship, but sometimes you find people that just want to party a little bit and just try out new types of women. Let's say, I don't want to say try out new women. I mean, they're not clothing or food, but like still, they just want a different dating scene, a change to what they're usually dealing with back home. A little bit more about this type of man is that they tend to be a little bit more active. They like to go to do actual snorkeling, diving, all the like sports and water activities. They go hiking to the waterfalls, and this type of man generally is a bit more fit and attractive, and they usually get the more prettier, younger, more educated Filipinas that are actually compatible with them when it comes to different close to proximity of like actual relationship. A lot of times men come to the Philippines. We're going to get to that kind of men in a minute, but just the lifestyle will be a little bit different for the passport bro. And yeah, the world is their oyster, I guess, for that group of people, because they have a little bit of everything, typically have a little bit of money, they have the health a little bit, and they're relatively young, so they can pretty much have their choosing of which type of woman they want to be with. Number 4 is the vacationers. Now, this is a very straightforward, I think the name explains itself. The gender doesn't really matter, but typically it tends to be a man and his either wife or girlfriend, or a man and a group of friends. They come to the Philippines on a very short stay, to 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, not more than a month typically. They come here and they go to all the popular places like Boracay, Palawan, Oslo, Bohol, Cebu City, Siargao, all these places, BGC and Makati area. And they come to these places to really, really live life. I mean, they go all out when it comes to spending money, shopping. They really tip like heavily. They just don't care. Money, the budget is really not on their mind. They know they got 2 weeks or a very short amount of time, so they make the most of it in that sense. And they usually eat at higher end restaurants, bars, and clubs. They might not even mind paying for some professional companionship, let's say prostitution, let's be honest. But it's a short period of time. They know what they're getting into, and they just splash money in different kinds of ways. They come here thinking they're king shit, and maybe they are for that 2 weeks period of time, but the locals know that. And Filipinos are not dumb. And Filipinos are not stupid. And they know right away that this is the type of guy that's here for a short time. He sees no future with me. I'm not going to go ahead and introduce him to my family. Perhaps I'm not going to invest as much time and effort trying to get to know him. But I'm here for the ride. A lot of women like to go with these type of men or groups of friends to go to different islands, beaches, take some selfies and pictures on yachts and boats and bikinis. Guess what? They're just going to reuse that for the next guy that comes here for a month. Hey, it's fair game. If men want to come here and basically take advantage of what the Philippines has to offer, I feel like the Filipino women have the right to go ahead and take advantage of that kind of guy. Because guess what? I think they both deep down know it's a clear understanding. There's no serious relationship coming from this. I'm here to have a good time. If you're down, if you want to come with me, let's do this. So that's the vacationers. And typically, as I mentioned earlier, they usually make a lot of mistakes when it comes to budgeting, but it's not their primary focus. They're not here to save money, and they want to see the best of the best. They'll stay at the 5-star hotels, they'll stay at the 5-star resorts, and they don't mind splashing money. Number 5 is miscellaneous. Now, this is for the group of people that have been transferred to the Philippines due to work, for example. And it's the type of guy that might be here specifically looking for sexual relations, like sex pats. Let's just call them that. I think it's easier. And they're the type of people that are here for whatever reason. Maybe they're passing through. Maybe they're on like a visa run. But it's a whole bunch of people that come here for various reasons. And sometimes these are the type of men that are trying to run away from something back home. Maybe they got in trouble. Maybe they just had enough. They're not really mentally all there, let's say. Maybe not even financially. Unfortunately, some of these kind of men end up on the streets, homeless with no money. They really don't have a plan, let's say. So that's one group. Another group, a small number, I personally haven't come across many, but come here for business, right? They really want to establish something in the Philippines. Actually, that's a lie. I met a few people that have really good businesses, but I'm not sure if that's why they came here originally, right? So both the groups of people I've spoken to have been married to a Filipina and they decided to start a business in the Philippines. Regardless, that's the miscellaneous type. These types of guys could be on a visa run. They might be here due to work. They might have no choice because they got somebody impregnated. They might be sex pats. They might be just doing a who knows what they're here for. So those are the five main groups of people. Of course, this is really like generalizing a whole bunch of people in the Philippines. This is no meant for disrespect. This is just my personal interaction with people that I've come across doing my regular interviews in the Philippines. Leave your comments down below. Let me know if you've been to the Philippines, if you're coming here, which group you fall under. For me, I think personally, I might be I don't know what I am. This for the digital nomad. I don't know. But I didn't come to the Philippines for relationships or to retire or to get money. Maybe I'm in a miscellaneous group. Or maybe the digital nomad. I forgot which number that was. If you enjoyed this video, take a quick second, just hit that subscribe button. We're making our way to 1,000 subscribers. I think we're gonna get there hopefully within the next week or two. But here are some numbers. So it seems like based off of yesterday's video, just based off of these numbers, it looks like a lot of people are enjoying the videos because the thumbs up ratio is over 10%. That's really high when it comes to YouTube videos. And the watch duration, which means the length of time people watch these videos, are over 50%, which is great. It's much higher than my regular channel, which means you guys are really finding these videos either informative or entertaining, which is great. So I'm glad to provide this for you guys. And that's it. I don't know what else to talk about. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.